Hi friends, a video here to mark the effects of what Venus is doing lately. So January 28th, she had a little conversation with Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto, the planet of revolution, Capricorn, a stable, practical place with structural power, a place that we've been leaving with all the other planets. It represents what we kind of investigated in 2020, according to astrologers. And let me just say, I'm not an astrologer. I'm an apprentice, if anything. And so if you want to know about why and all of this and check my work, you should definitely check out some real astrologers. And you can see the ones I subscribe to on my channel here. But I'm learning, and I'm feeling it come up in the cards. So I see the planets supporting in the background sometimes in the cards here now. So we had Pluto, which is the planet, much like Scorpio, of transformation, death, rebirth. It can be brutal, but since I'm a Scorpio, I think of it as positive. That kind of burning up and rising from the ashes thing that can come easily for Scorpios and not so much for others. This is the sense I have now of the effect of Pluto. And then our little Venus that moves much faster because she's closer to the sun than Pluto and Neptune and Uranus, these newer planets, really, the ones that you can't see without help, may just appear. I'm not sure, because I'm a historian of the 16th century, and they just aren't in the astrology of the 16th century. So they've added planets for us to understand. Wow, is this going to be a lecture on astrology? I didn't mean for that. What I want to say really quickly here is we've had on the 4th of February, no, on the 30th of January, Venus came into Aquarius with everybody else, into air, the future, the intellect, this kind of radical space that we're going to be occupying for the next year with Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, and the Sun currently all there in Aquarius. And then she spent a little day with Saturn, a stabilizing, grounding experience, I felt. Now she's moving on, and tomorrow, Saturday, the 6th, she will square with Uranus, who's over there in Taurus with Mars. Kind of a spicy combination of warlike Mars and revolutionary Uranus. We're all feeling this. It is being tempered in these square relationships to the planets over in Aquarius, which it's an aspect or an angle of the 90-degree angle in astrology where we can see that they may work against one another, and that's not always bad. So on the 6th we get Venus and Uranus, revolution and love, security, having a conversation, as Molly McCord, one of the astrologers I follow, puts it, which it seems very beneficial for us. So we'll see what happens there. And then on the 10th of this month, she's gonna go conjunct and cozy up with the planet of miracles, of healing, of expansion, Jupiter. So we'll see. We're just gonna see what the cards want to tell us about the collective experience of these astrological events, and in particular how Venus is appearing for us. And I have a deck or two that very clearly want to talk to us about this. And the first deck is Klimt, which is full of gold and also of beautiful images of love. And then we'll clarify with the light seers. First, I'm going to pull a card I've been shuffling here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And here we get our lesson from Venus of self-love. Perfect. Do we need to read more about that? She's very golden. She's embracing herself under a moon that is waxing or waning. in front of a starry sky. Let's just real quick look at a little bit of what the book tells us is going on here. Waxing crescent moon, self-love. Radical self-love is necessary. Empowerment starts from the inside out. Do not compare yourself to others. Start your change with focus and love of self. Every day I bring radical self-love to body, mind, and spirit. A part of what is happening astrologically right now is that we are all looking at our identities. Chiron is in the wounded healer, an asteroid or small planet way out there is hanging out in Aries for we're in 9 years of this, so no rush, but definitely self-love and the influence of Venus and her transformation with Pluto is coming into the cards all the time that I'm reading right now. Okay, and I reshuffled, so we'll never know what was on the bottom of that deck. Okay, as it should be. So we're going to do a 4-card release, embrace, hidden influences, and future. Here, we'll start with Clint, and we'll clarify. Do I have anything else I want to look at here? No, that's it. Simple, but not always simple. Okay, cutting the deck. Cutting the deck. I'm in a good mood. It feels good to be under these skies right now. It was kind of stressful and anxious recently, so I don't know what that was, but I'm glad it has shifted. I feel grounded after the Saturn encounter. I feel, what do I feel? Curious and excited about what Uranus brings, and I feel full of faith about the healing and expansion the Jupiter heralds. Okay, so we want to release a time of lack of integrity, secrecy, hiding, omissions. 7 of Swords. And I see this woman here. She's at a slumber party with her friends, but she's lying awake in the night. It's not quite a 9 of Swords level of insomnia, but she's like, either she's feeling betrayed and lied to, or she's the one that has done that. It's one reader calls this the thief in the night card. So let's release that for sure. Let's embrace the Hermit. This is going inward, looking to your own counsel, looking for spiritual truth inside. This is a spiritual, earthy embrace here of the Hermit. Hidden from us, or the hidden influence here, is the Knight of Wands. The quick moving, passionate, lusty, pleasure-seeking, wonderful, fiery Knight of Wands. That's in the background here. Very contrasting with the Hermit. Okay, that seems like Mars. Well, I don't really know what Mars is doing over there. It's in Taurus with Uranus. Or maybe this is the influence of Uranus, that revolutionary, that combination of Mars and Uranus over there. That's just what comes into my mind, so I share that with you. We'll find out more. The future is the 7 of Pentacles. This is planting your garden, waiting to see what will grow. Sometimes it can be a kind of feeling of dissatisfaction there, but not necessarily. You work hard and you wait to see the practical effects of that work. And we'll clarify here with the Light Seers. So this is about self-love. And we can see that releasing that 7 of Swords, that thief in the night, that perhaps mistrust or a need to be honest and open yourself, that is what in your release. And in releasing, and I see the Hangman here, in releasing, Hangman would represent a change of perspective here. To shift into a period of self-reflection. And there's this Knight of Wands, this passion, pleasure seeker waiting to be known, is currently unknown to you. And this leads to a future where some seeds are planted and we wait to see what grows. So this is a very nice description of a process of self-love. So let's see what the Light Seers wants to add here, because I think there's just a lot more to see. So we'll clarify. I never want to bend and ruin the stiff new sensation of these cards. This deck is very thick. Okay, we're getting popping out here of an Ace of Cups. Just a reaffirmation that this is a love, self-love kind of a journey. And that Ace of Cups, that's actually the first card I ever got when I started working with the tarot. I don't know, I Googled something. I was looking at the news, it says, here's the card for Scorpio. It was the Ace of Cups. And so that was my first fascination with the tarot, as I just went and researched what did that mean. I took a picture of it. I put it on my cell phone as my screen. And there began this new journey, this emotional journey, signaled really by that Ace of Cups. So pay attention to the signs. You never know what wonderful journeys they may take you on. Okay, we are releasing the Seven of Swords. There's Aquarius, the cupbearer here represented in the card of the Star, which is really about wish fulfillment. It may be that you've been going about getting your wishes through deceptive means. And you're asked to rethink whether you actually get what you want when you aren't honest. Or the other way to see this, and we'll see more, would be that in seeking your own wish fulfillment, there's somebody who is not trustworthy, the thief and the knight showing up. We get the passionate Queen of Wands. There's a lot of pink magic, very much in the love realm. And I'm starting to get this feeling that when we're being guided to self-love and to hermit, to let go to ourselves right now, because we've been looking outward for love, right? You can see the stars. She's just really focused on love out there and her wish being outside of herself. And then here's a beautiful source of love, but perhaps someone that you're attracted to, a Leo, a fire sign, Sag, Aries, a really passionate, dramatic person with a great deal of charisma. But she's just having fun, and you're wishing for that. So what else do we have here? Okay, so here's a changed perspective. We saw this earlier, and now we get to have this in our release, the Hanged Man. The shift in perspective coming from a kind of third eye realization. When you hang upside down, you see the world in a completely new perspective. So what we can see is you're getting that perspective in the night. You're lying there there's that beautiful red head, maybe your Queen of Wands. It doesn't have to be a woman, but there is somebody that you're dreaming about. She may be there with you. I kind of feel like this is like a dream state, like that you're fixed on some idea of somebody out there that's going to give you love. This Queen of Wands, right? She's out there. This pink magic, all the sparkles out there outside of you. And you're going to change your mind. You're going to see things from a different direction. Nothing against this Queen of Wands. She may stay in your life, or he may stay, or they. But you're finding a source in your wisdom, in your third eye here, that allows you to see something different. And we're embracing this as a solitary study that involves self-love. represented here by the Hermit. Just looking inward. Let's clarify this Hermit, this embrace. What shall we embrace to get to this new perspective? This journey of self-love. I tell you, this journey is coming up all over in all the readings I'm doing. So here's the Empress, the very nurturing, earth-centered, grounded, loving. Yes, you want to be your own Empress. And there you are again, alone, emotionally fulfilled all by yourself. You don't need anybody when you're in a Nine of Cups. See, it's coming right out of her chest, that golden light. And here is a Page of Pentacles, just a groundedness, a new youthful beginning. Perhaps there's some inner child work involved. I did just do an inner child reading, a really nice one, if you're interested. So here is the Page of Pentacles, young, has a little very practical 3D idea. So yeah, this is a nice little story of being your own Empress, being this loving figure in your life. There you are under the full moon, the earth, the oceans, very grounded in love. Sometimes we can feel like we want that maternal, motherly love, and we can go looking for it out in the world. This reading is saying, this Queen of Wands, like, she is magnificent, but you can be this for yourself, and that this will help you to this new beginning. It comes from personal fulfillment in and of yourself. And I see this person leaping out from the material world, this outside stuff, jewels, a box of treasure, and she is leaping up, she is levitating off of that from her heart with joy. I think of the Sun card. I think of the star. It's just coming right out of her own heart, right? In this image of the star, it's out there. Here, the star, the source of wish fulfillment, is in her very own heart. And so that's what the Hermit that you are embracing hopes to find there. So let's find out about this unseen, hidden, passionate, willful, lustful, fast-moving force around us. Is this the planets? Is this... Yeah, here, if we want to think about seeing Venus, this would be the Empress is a great representation of Venus. So yeah, let's find out, who's this Knight of Wands? We will find out more. But what is influencing this process of self-love? There seems to be a choosing. This is in the emotions and the cups. It can also be about projection. So we're looking perhaps outside, projecting onto all these other cups, all these other hearts. It can be very much a place of illusions. The Seven of Cups. The Hierophant, this is an institutional spirituality. In this deck, it seems very liberated from institutions. It can be about marriage. It can be about church and state and structures of power. And we get then a Four of Cups. Here we have a state of mind in which you are feeling like, oh, I lost all those 3 cups, and you're not seeing the new Ace of Cups there for you, right behind you. I see how this Seven of Cups and this Four of Cups, these two kind of uncomfortable states of mind, right? They are, the Hierophant is laughing and looking up out of them to the sky, or you're sort of directed that you're going to climb this stairway to the sky. And there you will find direction. There's your direction. There's you on your horse, pursuing your passion, confident, sexy as hell. Like, that's what you are ascending to, from a state of self-pity, loss, projection, confusion, a lot of cups out there. And you're being directed to ascend into the state that is the Knight of Wands as a result of this journey of self-love. Wonderful. The future is the Seven of Pentacles. Very practical. And remember, in your embrace, we got this idea, this practical idea, bringing something into the real world. Let's find out more about that. I think you're not aware that this outward seeking is full of projection, full of feeling sorry for yourself, and that there's actually a way up out of it into your authentic, most passionate Knight of Wands. So that Knight of Wands is making me think of how you've been looking to her, the Queen of Wands, and you have a relative of hers in your heart, in your own self, in your spiritual ascension here. So that passion, that heart, what you admire in her, or him, or them, or whoever this Queen of Wands is that you're releasing. You don't have to divorce them or whatever, but you're going to look into yourself and find that you have those qualities as well. And then it leads to this very 3D Seven of Pentacles. So let's find out about that. Okay, we have something here about balance. Two of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups, that deep, emotionally intelligent king with a big heart. He's got his finger on his heart. He knows his heart. Sometimes I've been seeing this card come up as like, you need to talk about your feelings, you need to open up. Here I don't see that. I see the result of a really good meditation on self-love, right? Calm, grounded in love, peaceful future here. And then there is alternatively grief, loss, Five of Cups. Yeah, this is a simple future. Like, it's not clear that you're going to take this journey. You really have to decide to do this. It's a revolution, so we can feel Venus in her aspect with Uranus. This is either looking out there and continuing to do that for your wish fulfillment, and therefore you're going to end up bummed out. Or, the self-love journey is ahead. Five of Cups is just a perspective. It's just a state that you can choose to leave. It's just the same as the Four of Cups. Like, woe is me, right? All you have to do is turn around and see there's a beautiful rainbow-filled cup there for you. Alternatively, you can be this king, grounded in your heart. So I'm reading this future as a choice, because this Two of Pentacles can be interpreted as a decision. You need to choose one of these ways of going forward in the present. It looks like there's work to be done in the future, whether you're the King of Cups or you end up in the Five of Cups. There's more work, and as you put the work in the Seven of Pentacles, you will get that the results of that labor of self-love. I think there's a lot of really trite advice out there about, well, just love yourself, and you really need help with that journey. This is described here in this reading as a hermit, as an inward individual journey, and absolutely that's when you do the work. But in the process, you might seek divine help. You might seek a therapist. You might seek some kind of support group that can help you on this journey of self-love. My personal experience is, I want it to happen like that. I judge myself when I'm not in self-love. And there's a lot of information coming from our culture and out there. Even like a tarot reading like this can cause you to feel ashamed that you're not already there. And I don't want to give you that message. I want you to know that if we think about Venus, she went to Pluto, then she went to Saturn, then she's going to hang out with Jupiter. Mercury is going to talk to her, She's going to encounter all of these other ideas and ways of being in her journey of knowing who she is as she moves through this cycle, this orbit around the sun. She'll go into retrograde in December, and then she'll revisit what she learned on that journey. And this is a little bit what we do as well. And we don't need to do this alone. So that's what the Hierophant is telling me is, he is joyful because he is connecting up to his, the various aspects in the sky. And you are being invited to do the same, looking for those around you who can support you in this journey. There's work to do. Like say you have a workbook and it has some steps that you want to do, some step work might get you up there. You got to do that work to get the result that is this peaceful king. And if you don't do that work, you might end up, just postponing the work. I think a neighbor dog is walking by, and my dog. Kenny, come here, Ganymede. Okay, I'll just end this video in case we're going to have a big bark storm here. So I hope this helps. It's certainly interesting to think about how Venus is guiding us on this journey to self-love. Have a beautiful day.